Welcome back to the channel, folks, and welcome back to another backtesting session. So let's pick up right from where we left off. So I acknowledge the fact that I'd missed a trade, unfortunately, and the trade that we missed was, in fact, if we just drop down to the hourly, just to recap, we had the high time frame framework at the lows, therefore external range to internal range liquidity. Price traded into this CB here, and what we had was in relation to that here, we had that yeah, we had that there, drop down to the 5. Well, in fact, you can drop down to the 15 first, and obviously as per the 15 we had purge of liquidity here. Now we can drop down to the 5, and we had this bullish order block. I mean, we've even got that one there, but we have this bullish order block here confirmed by this candle. Next candle trades down into it and then continues higher. So that's a mistrade. And obviously we have yeah, that's fine. If we actually, let's do that, which is somewhere down here. So high highs. So yeah, unfortunate. So let's keep this moving. I'm going to go to the hourly. Now, tomorrow, in backtesting world, try and get this microphone. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. So in backtesting world, tomorrow is Fed rates. Yes, so news at 8:30 New York time, and then we've obviously got the federal funds rates and FOMC statement. So high impact. So unlikely to certainly trade the PM session. But what does that mean? It kind of means that the AM session tomorrow could well chop, and there's every reason for it to chop based on the high time frame expansion that we've seen here. Sorry, the expansion leg that we've seen here. So what we're going to do, let's move forward. Go to next session. Perfect. Go to next session. Okay. And then go to next session. Oh Lord. Okay. Now I'm just going to take off the hourly stuff. We can take that off for now. So H4. Get rid of all of that stuff. And we can also get rid of the previous day's high. And then we'll zone out to the 4-hour now and have a look at what we see. So the high time frame draw almost appears automatic, right? Okay. Okay, so that's today. That's fine. So a bit of a look. So we obviously had this internal range liquidity pool. We could see price trade straight through that. Okay, let's just bear with me a second, everyone. Okay. Oh, apologies. Back on there. Right. Okay, so let's get back into our analysis. So we obviously have excuse me. Get rid of that. So previous day's lows. And then okay. Want to get rid of that now. It's not necessary. Rid of that one as well. Certainly not closed. That candle hasn't, so I've got a BPR here. Okay, go on, my machine's going slow. Now we're looking at that. So okay, so that looks, so we shouldn't see price trade down and through there. We might have this H4 fair value gap at some point in time, but we'll have to wait for that. Okay, so we've got the previous day's lows. There'll be no previous day's highs because actually no, there was here, but the market's traded through that nonetheless. So, but we'll mark it because it's recent. Fair value should be at that key price level. So if price was to trade down to the BPR, we wouldn't expect it to trade through the previous day's high. But again, it can. Oh, oops. Okay. Right. Now, so we got this high. That's the aligned high. We've got potential. Although I would be anticipating, certainly ES does look like it wants to trade up above there, so that might be something for us to entertain. But we could see a reversal. Okay, so I don't. There's a lot of fair value gaps here, and in theory, we could qualify a lot of this as one large liquidity void. If we go to the daily, don't have anything here yet, so we'll just have to wait on that. But certainly, higher prices to me, certainly, I think both to actually take this out. Now, it does present a different set of circumstances. But anyway, let's get into our analysis. Okay, so IOF, I'm not sure what I wrote in the previous one, but oh no, because we didn't have the framework, or did we? Okay, maybe we didn't have that framework in place at the time, but okay, so near term and relative to the daily time frame, this is to the upside following the overlapping high time frame tracking correlations at the lows, supporting higher prices. Okay. So this is sort of the overlapping, coupled with the high time frame displacement. Okay, the market has, sorry, relative to the H4 time frame, the market has displaced higher, leaving unfilled fair value gaps, bullish fair value gaps, indicating strength and higher prices. Furthermore, old lows have been manipulated, whilst old highs have been displaced through. Okay, so that's how we're determining institutional order flow. Currently, it's bullish. ERL. Okay, so following the high time frame crack correlation at the lows. External range liquidity. My immediate attention turns excuse me, let's just flip out, just switch back out to the daily. Yeah, so our immediate attention turns now to the SIBI. The SIBI daily internal range liquidity. Okay, so that's where we'd anticipate price to trade up to. So that's the high time frame drawn liquidity. Okay, so drop back down to the 4. We've obviously identified so I have noted the clean and clear swing points at the lows below the referencing the previous day's lows. Referencing the previous day's low and forming below the true week open. However, actually no, sorry, it's a lot. So in actual fact, clean and swing points at the clean and clear swing points above and below the marketplace, referencing the previous day's high and the previous day's low. Forming above and below their true week open respectively. Okay. Okay, and we also know that this is where near-term liquidity will reside. But as we can see, the market is displaced through already the previous day's high. So okay, right. So we'll look at TO. Currently, all members are above their respective true week open. Which would support the idea of high probability shorts. Okay, but we can't guarantee that yet, but it's quite possible, certainly based on where price action is. It's certainly possible that we could see something. So cracking correlation, we had that at the lows. I've noted the high time frame SMT at the lows, supporting higher prices, initiating this impulse price leg. Okay, so this supports the current framework for higher prices. Okay, but just note that I'm just going back to SP, edit that. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. So game plans. Let's see what we've got. So so yes, we do have a BPR here, but we also have just going to shorten that. So let's just enlarge this. Okay. Okay. So with price being above the true week open, and with the high time frame framework supporting higher prices, if I note the market trade down into an BCH4 and form an high time frame crank correlation, this could support a model higher. Okay, so that's an option. That's number one. Okay, so that's option number one. We clearly have H4 framework to the highs, so potentially let's drop down a bit to the hourly. Much prefer to see this come into a H4. Let's just keep it currently at this. So that would be one. So another would be potentially if price trades down into a BCH4 and we see symmetrical PA and the market displaces higher, leaving a BCH1 where we note a low time frame cracking correlation. This could present another model. Okay, so that's two. So that's if we're going to see higher prices. Third would be if either ES or NQ purge their old high and form a high time frame cracking correlation. So what I'm talking about is this key price level here. If this gets purged, forms a high time frame cracking correlation, supporting the idea of lower prices. This could set the stage for a model. Okay, so that would be the three models I'd be looking at currently. So continuation play, certainly if we respect the BPR and the BC, got potentially two models there. We could see something from this one here, but we'll need to see this candle close, and there's still 3 hours for that to happen, so relatively unlikely. But certainly supporting higher prices. Okay, let's drop down to the hourly. Let's do some markups here. Bear with me. Okay. In fact, actually, just bear with me. Okay, right. Right, let's continue. Right, so what we want to see, we've got Asia low here, which just want to double check it's not constant. Yeah, that's fine. Might actually start naming the H4 liquidity pools where necessary. I don't like the labeling that I've done here as well. It's so annoying. But oh well. So we got that. Okay. Yes, we've got the high that's been purged, but that's fine because the previous day's high overrules that. So we've got that liquidity pool. There's really nothing else. Okay. Key time points, if you will. Certainly not going to be playing around in the PM session, I can tell you that much. Back testing or not. Okay. So not really anything to go by. H4 framework is bullish. We may not necessarily see a run back into the to this H4 key level. May not see it. 10 o'clock we need to check the 4-hour time frame. So we're going to drop down to I mean, I would be interested if it traded down into 4-hour the hourly, but wanted to trade so deep down into the 4-hour. I would be extremely surprised. Okay. All right, let's continue. So go to the 15. We want to gonna use the 5. I know it's a little bit dangerous, but we want to get to core retail, which is certainly just before. Yes, so I am going to mark up this just because it's the first one. not necessarily certain that this PD array is going to necessarily warrant anything. But I'm going to note it nonetheless, just because it was a energetic candle. Not that one. Okay. Right. But I'm not expecting any fireworks from that PD array, but nonetheless, let's go back to the 15. 804. So we're getting down to the news. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Okay. See what happens. SMT at the highs potentially drive price lower. Okay, so this is the news. Okay, that's interesting. Drop to the 5. Change this to the 1 minute. Could potentially just travel lower, so let's keep an eye on that. Okay, so still potentially could see higher prices, so not ruling anything out just yet. Okay, so that to me, we are sort of at the stage where this fair value gap is being invalidated, and the area that I want to take a look at I mean, the previous day's low was purged all the way down here. Let's just go out to the 4 hour. It's the 6 hour clock candle, so I'm just going to put a price level here. But this is not confirmed. Okay, that's what that is. A long-winded description. Could have probably have been a little bit more subtle with that. Just gonna pop that on here. But it's just I need a reference point. Because yes, we do have potential SMT at the highs, but I think that is, sorry here, unlikely. It can still utilize the hourly, which it has. Okay. Not too sure that doesn't sort of convince me. I would want to see. I mean, yeah, I can utilize the hourly order block. I don't particularly want to because there's no what's the word I'm after? I'd like to see some form of H4 liquidity pool ideally. There isn't one, so we're going to sleep on that. Just want to see where we are in relationship to price. Okay. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. So that's mid. I'm actually interested in what price is planning to do. I like these highs as a potential target. That's why I'm monitoring things. M15 liquidity has been purged. Okay, let's keep going. I'd want to see a cracking correlation though of that key price level that I've just drawn up. Any move from now wouldn't warrant something for me because we have symmetry. So if it was to go now, it's interesting. Let's just drop back out to the hourly. We're not at the 10 o'clock candle yet, so there's nothing to be done. that is a let's just update the charts. I've got this here. I just want to note if there's any 4 hours now. Okay. Just as a H1 for now. It could end up being the New York AM session high, but we don't know. We don't know that at present. So let's just stick to what we do know. Okay. So we have in equities open. We're just before. Where are we at it? Just before. Let's see what happens. It's just no move for me at present. Now, yeah. Had the market purged this low on either, then that would have been a trade idea for me. It didn't, so it's currently not a trade idea. And the market could well just reprice higher, but again, sticking exclusively to models. Yes, there's more SMT here, yeah, but that's not what we're trading. So yeah, the market has moved on. Wouldn't be in anything now. Yeah, off we go. Wasn't that a shame? Didn't offer an opportunity. Just want to just recap that just to make doubly certain. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's just unfortunate, and kind of like away we go. So we're going to continue constantly evaluating. Sorry, I just want to go back to the hourly. Okay, yeah, there's nothing to. Now, some people would have, just to put it in context, maybe, I don't know, would have found a 5-minute bullish breaker, taken that, and so on. Not my style, not my type of trading. So actually, sorry, keep it on the 5. Let's see what we've got. It's a 5-minute fair value gap. What time is it? 10. Add the new 10 candle print. Yeah, okay. And off we go. And there's the high time frame objective hit. So it looks unlikely. That's a shame, isn't it? Looks unlikely there's a trade for me during the AM session. So I was quite clear in terms of what I outlined, what I wanted to see. At 2 key price levels, price had purged this key price level on all three members, and for me, I wanted to see a run down to this level here, which would have created a substantial SMT or Kraken correlation at the lows and then support the idea of higher prices. Didn't get that. The market respected, and it could have got here and still respected the BISI, respected the BISI, traded higher. There was the high time frame displacement, and then retracement back into that, and the market's traded higher. So fortunately, there is no trade idea for me. We have purged the H1, which is good to an extent, but it is looking rather likely NQ is going to purge the same high. So we're going to go out to the 5. Okay, there you go. So NQ has now purged that level as well. So we do have an element of market symmetry. Let's move outwards so we can see that. Go to the 4 hour. So we now have this 4 hour fair value gap in here, which let's mark up whilst we're here. We can probably get rid of the lower one. I probably should have just marked this one higher. Let's get rid of this one. So again, just to remind everybody, this is the reality of trading. Like this notion, and again, it's all dependent on your style. But my style is my style, what I look for. So therefore, I don't have as many trades. But what I need to work on is capitalizing on the moment, and that's one of the fundamental things that I'm working towards during this journey. Is to be able to spot the intricate opportunities that may exist within the confines of my model, the safety belts, if you will, of my model. So unfortunately, there isn't a trade. But as you probably ascertained and taken away, is the high time frame narrative that I present is pretty accurate in terms of what I'm looking for and the game plans that surround those things to lead to a high probability position. If you look at this, it was only purely that the market hadn't purged a certain key price level as to why I wasn't in the market. But had it done that, then there was an opportunity that we could have taken a trade. Now, the question would be, would we have been tagged into the trade? And the answer to that question, if we were sort of down here, is probably it would have been here. So been there. Yeah, maybe, probably we could have been. So it's just unfortunate, but this is the reality of trading. I'm trying to present a true depiction of what it can be like. Other people will have a difference of opinion. That is fine. That's their view, and they're entitled to that. My view is just very different. So I'm going to leave this one here. It is a short session. I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully you took something away. If nothing else, it was how I defined where the market was likely to go and the game plans that I was going to implement should price had tagged into levels that I was looking at. The game plan that I would have used and executed had we traded to those levels. So I'm going to leave this one here. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Hopefully this has been useful. If it has, not asking for much, but if you wouldn't mind just giving the video a thumbs up, that would be great. And ultimately, if you like the information that I'm providing, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, that would also be fantastic. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one.